Hello, Steve. Please tell us who you are, where you're located, and share your reflections about free movement. Thank you.
Yeah, certainly. Thanks. I'm Steve Comer. I live in Cyprus. I emigrated here about 5 years ago, and had always planned this move, and love being here. Um, I'm quite, as an individual, I'm quite lucky in the current situation. I mean, my wife and I, we moved here. We are legal residents of Cyprus. We've now been here 5 years, so we've applied for permanent residency, and that's going on its way through the system. We're also fortunate in that the government in Cyprus has said to UK residents that provided you regularise your status, provided you get your residency, sort of stage one, MEU1, they call it here, then you can go on to apply for the next stage. And in fact, the deadline was today. They've extended it for another month because of the number of applications. So Cyprus government's been good to us in that respect, and I thank them for that. And as I say, personally, we're okay. But what concerns me is that the rights I've had and the rights I've used in order to move here, my daughter doesn't have those rights. She's in her 30s. There's no sign that she wants to make that sort of move, but it's barred to her. Equally, in communities of foreign residents in other EU countries like you have in Cyprus, there are a lot of people who we call swallows, who up until now haven't got residency. They've tended to come here for 3 or 4 or 6 months and then spend 3, 4, 6 months in England. And they can't do that anymore because they have to apply for residency. And to apply for residency, you have to be here more than so many days a year. That doesn't necessarily suit people who want to maintain flexibility for home and family and friends reasons. And I think we underestimate that. I know there's a lot of people in Spain who are now being caught up with the fact that if you don't apply for residency, then the Schengen 90-day out of 180 rule catches you. And there's all these restrictions that I think a lot of people didn't realize would come in the wake of the Brexit vote. I mean, I found only in the last couple of days going into the post office here that now if I want to send a parcel to my family in England, or they want to send a parcel to me, then we have to get a customs declaration done. Whereas before you just go to the post office and they'd ask you what's in it, and away you go, just like posting something domestically. So I think there's these issues that sort of are coming to the fore now. But in overall terms, this is a strange day because this is the last day of the sort of slow motion car crash that has been the Brexit process. There was the referendum itself, then the triggering of Article 50, then the leaving in January, and now I suppose we were in a bit of a phony war for a few months, but now there's the reality that this is happening. The plus side, I would say, is that I think this gives, I'm part of an organization called Movimento Insieme, which is about strengthening federal Europe and strengthening citizenship within Europe. And in some ways, that sort of integration, which we're now seeing played out with the Green Recovery Deal out of COVID, I think those sorts of initiatives might now progress without Britain being the sort of drag anchor on it. The only negative is that probably Poland and Hungary have taken the British role as being impediments to progress. But I hope that we will see movement in that direction. And if at some future point the UK or what's left of it wants to become part of it again, then the opportunity is there. But certainly I would like to see that move happen. The other thing I have some optimism about, I don't know where the various court cases on citizenship are going, but I know there are several of them. And a while ago, the idea of associate citizenship, European green cards, or whatever, various ways of putting it, but these seem to have some traction. And I hope MEPs and the other 27 countries realize that there are a lot of us, who are British citizens who are pro-European. We didn't want to have our citizenship taken away from us, and we want a way back. Now, for me, I can get a way back in 2 years' time. After 7 years here, I can apply for naturalization. I can do that. Cyprus recognises dual citizenship. Not every country in the EU does. But I do feel, as I say, I'm reasonably fortunate. I've made the move I wanted to make in life. But, I've had my citizenship removed from me, and my European citizenship removed from me without my consent. So I probably need to come to an end, and I'll just end on this thought, which is actually from a song by an Australian band called Midnight Oil from about 30 years ago. And it says this, it says, we carry in our heart the true country, and that cannot be stolen. And I think that's the sentiment for those of us who feel that our country is Europe. Thank you.